Good morning, everyone. Coming to you from Springfield, Missouri, Immaculate Conception Parish. Beginning missions again. You know, our team begins again, and it's so nice that we're able to do it again. Springfield, Missouri, it's about a 7-hour drive from Chicago. I just can't tell you, I'm just glad to be working again, doing something I love doing, parish mission. As I come to you on our video here Monday, I once again, I have a shout out to our Vincentians in Perryville, Missouri, especially those in need of healing. And then also I have a personal shout out to people who are in need of healing. They're asking for God's graces and His healing, and so we'll remember them today. And we remember, Bill and Brian and Jack and Leonard and Stan, and also Pat and Debbie and Laura and Maria and Elsie and Orestine. May God bring you healing soon. So, not only starting missions, but this Monday, the beginning of the mission, it's also the feast of St. Luke. And I thought how appropriate to begin mission again on a feast of an evangelist, for that's what parish mission ministry is about. That's what St. Vincent de Paul had in mind, evangelization. And here we celebrate the feast of one of the 4 evangelists. St. Luke, he was a physician, and he has a very human side of Jesus in his presentation. Each of the evangelists, they present Jesus in a different way because of who they were. And St. Luke, he presents Jesus in a very warm sort of way. And I think that's because he was a physician. I'll tell you something else I learned about him. He's the patron of artists. Who knew? And that's kind of special to me. I love to paint. And tradition has it that St. Luke painted this wonderful image of the Blessed Mother. So it's so appropriate on we begin missions that it's the feast of St. Luke. And even the gospel today, the gospel is just about missionary evangelism. Jesus said, hey, it's in your hands. Go out wherever you go. Let people welcome you. And you don't need anything. Don't worry about it. Just make the good news happen. Let people see that. The gospel is the good news. It's the good news of Jesus. It's the good news that God is alive. And so the challenge for me is to be one who lets people see that God is alive. So to do the unexpected. Do the stuff nobody thinks you're ever going to do. Surprise people. Let people see that the only way this is happening is that God's involved. It's like saying He's behind it all. And I love how He told the people, hey, if they don't welcome you, and if there's no peace there, it's almost like move on someplace else. How people welcome you. Hospitality to me is such a wonderful virtue. Making people feel at home. I was reading a story. It's a great story about John has a house at the beach. And he loves it, right near the ocean. Unfortunately, all his relatives keep coming. He didn't get a chance to really enjoy it because they're just going to come and spend time there. And it's starting to get under his nerves. So here's what he figured out to do. I think his hospitality ran out. And so John decided, here's what he did. He borrowed money from all his rich relatives who were coming. And he gave it to all the poor ones who were coming. Now none of them come. So that's probably not what Jesus had in mind, but that if he really wanted people to know, you know what? If you're letting them know that God is alive, they'll welcome you. So that's the challenge that we have, to make sure that people see that God's alive. And, that's a need today. We are desperate to see that. Who but us? And that's pretty much the theme of the mission that I have here at Immaculate Conception Parish this week. Let people see that God is alive. So I'm happy to celebrate St. Luke, the physician and the patron of artists. And for all of us, whatever you can do to let people see that God's alive, then evangelism is happening. Then the good news of the gospel is alive. And it's because of you. Once again, we want God to be alive often because we need him. Often we turn to him because there's sometimes we look at things that just can't be done without him. Miracles happen because we let God know he's needed. And that's why we say the mission prayer all the time. And during this mission, it'll be said every night. And then more people join the millions who say this every day. So I invite you to join me in praying for those needs that you have. Divine Savior, transform me into yourself. May my hands be your hands. May my tongue be your tongue. Grant that every faculty of my body may serve only to glorify you. Above all, transform my soul and all its powers, that my memory, my will, and my affections may be the memory, the will, and the affections of you. I pray you to destroy in me all that is not of you. Grant that I may live but in you, and by you, and for you, and that I may truly say with St. Paul, I live now, not I, but Christ lives in me. I was so glad you could join us. And as a special favor to me, pray that God's graces fill the people on these missions that we're starting again this weekend, and especially as we start them tonight. So I'd appreciate your prayers. Don't forget to check our website for written reflection during the week, and then hope to see you again next week. Be safe. God bless.